We are in for a treat today. So I've got the van here. We're out at Lake O'Hara car park in British Columbia in Yoho National Park. And we're gonna go up to Lake O'Hara. This is an absolute bucket list run and I'm really looking forward to today. So that bus there, to get on that bus, you need to basically win the lottery. The views up there are insane, but what makes this so special and inaccessible is that the only way in is this road, which is 11k. If you want to get in, you either have to get a ticket on the bus or you got to do what we're doing, run in. So let's get these 11k on this fire road out the way.
The fire road in was a great way to start the day. Non-technical, nice, easy miles. And we climbed about 500 meters. The lake itself is at 2,020 meters, which is 6,630 feet. The lake is named after Colonel Robert O'Hara, an Irishman from County Galway who heard about the area from J.J. MacArthur, a government surveyor. There's a lodge at the top which is extremely exclusive, and if you're lucky enough to get in, it'll set you up back about $2,000 a night.
So just did 11k along that fire road. It was pretty good. Let's see if we can get up in here somewhere.
So with the fire road out of the way and having taken in the views of the lake, I started to climb.
Yeah, so sometimes you have to get away from something to appreciate the true majesty of it. Look at that. This probably won't look very bad on the camera, but it is super exposed. Like if you slip, you're getting down there. I don't want to get in there.
As I made my way around the lake, the views below were incredible, otherworldly even. But the exposure and risk of falling were definitely real.
So Bluebird Sky, it's going to get hot. Nearly at the top here. And I think we sort of pan down there to Lake O'Hara. We're at 2,500 meters, so it's not a ton of air up here. This is a height. Number 11, that's our number. Look at these lakes on lakes on lakes. There's a lake at the top, and a lake in the middle, and then a lake down below. And it goes down to another one down there, which then goes down to that lake. Snacking Lakes.
There was a definite sense of relief when I hit Wee Waxy Gap, which was the highest point of this hike, and I turned right to head down to Lake O'Hara.
Okay, so again, we're headed to Lake O'Hara, but I don't know how many times I can take a video of this same view, but it is incredible. So look at these massive boulders, and they've just rolled down that hill, I guess.
The trail was a bit technical and rocky at this point as we headed down to Lake O'Hara with huge boulders on the left.
That mountain there behind me is, I believe, the back side of the mountain at the back of Lake Louise. So when you go to Lake Louise and everyone takes that picture of the lake and the glacier at the back with the mountain on top, I think this is the back side of it. So it's hilarious. It's like the front side of that mountain is like the most photographed view I've heard in the world. I'm not sure if that's true, but anyway. And look at the back, there's no one here.
It was 2 steps forward and 1 step back as I headed along the scree slope back to the lake.
So the road came up here, and then this is where I first saw Lake O'Hara, and then I ran around the lake to there, and then ran all the way up to Wee Waxy Gap, and then down here to Lake O'Hara. Look at this. Just sat there looking out over the lake. Lonely Rock. Okay, so haven't done much running for a while. This is unrunnable and the risks are not worth the reward, given that that's the drop. But these views are just redonkulous.
And as I ran around the top of the lake, I found this little fella. This is a little pika who was pulling away at the grass, presumably to take it back to make a nice warm nest for when winter comes. And that's very soon. Busy little boy.
I love this, look. That's the path I will be on in a few minutes.
By this point, I was about 20k into the run and I'd had some serious elevation gain. And I was starting to think it was time to get home. So I was heading back to the lake to see if I could get back in time for the bus down the fire road.
Look at this is cool. Big sort of river running across the rock there. Back to the lake. It is crazy to think that I was up there. That's insane. Okay, so the next bus wasn't for another 45 minutes and there was no guarantee that there was going to be any space on it. So I'm gonna do the 11k down the fire road, which will make it a 32k day. That's okay. It's all mileage.